gentlemen, welcome to Fungui's Kitchen. I'm Funguy The Entertainer, and today we are going to make a oven roasted beef brisket. Now, as you know, I like to cook big because I have big eaters in the family, so I have a bigger roast than most. This is a 6-pound roast. Most people will do a 4-pound roast. So I'm using 6 pounds, so I've got this big pan, roasting pan. You guys could just use the standard, 13.5 by 9. 9.5 by 13, whatever they're called. Regular baking pan for the smaller brisket. I'm going to give you the ingredients for your size, the 4-pound, and then I will add half again as much or 50% more for mine. So, for instance, the recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of chili powder. So for you, you'd use 2. I'm going to use 3, but I will say that when I do this. The first thing you want to do is you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. As usual, take the meat out of the refrigerator an hour to 2 hours beforehand. Today I did an hour and a half beforehand. I can feel this. It's still cool, but it's no longer refrigerator cold, so this will help tremendously. We are going to also create a dry rub out of this. So the first thing you want to do is spray your pan. Normally I like using fresh olive oil on the bottom of my pan, but that would be a waste in this. You just want it so it doesn't stick because you're going to roast the dry rubbed meat for an hour at the 350 degrees in order to seal the juices and everything inside the meat and create some juice in the bottom of the pan. So you don't want the juice to mix with the olive oil, so we'll just do a little bit of spraying. Okay, put that off to the side. Now, let me open this up. Now, keep the juices from the beef in the pan because it's going to add flavor for later. Flavor is everything in this, and I just realized I just leaned my hat right into the screen of the above camera. I have not figured out how to avoid that problem since this is a home kitchen, not a commercial kitchen. I have a hood, and I can't put the camera on the hood. It's hard to explain, but it's the best I can do is where it's at. All right, so first thing you need is the chili powder. And actually, I should have gotten a bowl out for this. This should work out pretty good. All right, so take your chili powder. And remember, I said 2 tablespoons. And of course, I'm going to put in 3. I hope I have 3 tablespoons in here. I made the mistake of not double checking my ingredients in advance to make sure I had enough. And today's the day I have to cook this. Okay, I had enough of that. Then you're going to need 2 tablespoons of salt. So of course I need 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 1 tablespoon garlic powder. Now, most people will use the garlic powder because it's easier this is supposed to be a dry rub. I'm still going to use my wet garlic. So I will do, you only need 1 tablespoon, I need 1.5. Okay. Made a little bit of a mess here, which for those of you who have been watching my show for a while know that I do that frequently. Most cooks and chefs do. Okay, and then you need ground black pepper. 1 tablespoon of ground black pepper, so I need 1.5 tablespoons. Let's get this to open up on the, there we go. I did say tablespoon, right? Yep, tablespoon. Actually, what I'm going to do is just make a big rounded one for my 1.5 tablespoons. And I forgot to bring the sugar out. You'll need 1 tablespoon of sugar, so I'll add that in a bit. 2 teaspoons of dry mustard. So let's cut down to the teaspoon 1. Which means, of course, I need 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I don't have any bay leaves handy today, but normally you'd put basically 1 bay leaf crushed up in here. I don't have any. And now all I need is the sugar. So let me grab the sugar real quick. Oop, it's over here. So I need 1 tablespoon of sugar. I need 1.5. Okay. Then you just stir it all up. You want to get a really good mix in here. The reason I am stirring this with the spoon that I did everything with is because there was still some garlic and pepper stuck in the spoon. And I wanted to get most of that out, which we'll just clean off like this. Okay. This looks like it's a good mix. See, that's what you want. You want it nice and mixed up. Okay. Now, you want to pour most of it on the top here and rub it in good. Then pour the rest on the spots that you miss. Make sure you get a good coating. Try to get some on the sides. You want this to stick really, really good because when you're roasting it, you want it to absorb into the meat, and it won't absorb if it's just laying on top. You want to push it in, make sure it's stuck. Okay, I'm gonna get the excess off my fingers. Aha! See if that's anybody interesting to talk to. Nope, it is a telemarketer, as usual. All right, let me wash off my fingers here. The problem with adding the wet garlic is it made it stick a little bit more to my fingers than it normally would. But that's all right, it's done here. So we're going to put this in the oven for 1 hour at 350, uncovered, just as you see it. Actually, I'm gonna shift this over a little bit. There we go. Pick up some more of this stuff up here. All right, very simple. Put it in the middle of the oven, and we're good. When we come back, we'll show you the trick to finishing the rest here. All right, see you in a few minutes for you, hour for me. Welcome back. Well, I'm back. Thank you for staying with me. All right, let's pull this out of the oven. It's been an hour. Oh, yes sirree. There we go. Look at this. Okay, at this point we want to, sorry, having one of those brain farts. Bring the temperature down to 300 degrees in the oven. So first you gotta turn the oven off, then push bake and bring it down to 300. Oops. Start. Okay. Now, at this point, you're going to want to put water in here because you want this not to dry out. You wanted the rub to get baked in first. So I have 4 cups of water here, which is probably too much. I probably only need 2 cups for this pan. So let's cut this down to 2 cups. That's a little better. I'm going to add my better than beef bouillon. Technically, it's beef base, not beef bouillon. Okay. Stir this in here. Actually, this jar is almost empty anyway, so let's just pull the extra stuff out of here. Doesn't hurt it if it's a little strong. I probably should have used slightly hotter water because it's not dissolving as quickly as it should. So what I'm going to do, if you ever do this, it's really simple when you have a microwave. Just put it in the microwave for a minute. All right, while we're waiting for that, we had our winner. His nickname is Redbeard for our drawing for our Dinner for Two and guest appearance on our show. I sent him the good news that he has won. I have not contacted him yet. It's been kind of hectic around here. Although we're finally done with the big season. October's half of what the rest of the summer's been like. So I'll have a little time to get caught up with him, and hopefully soon you will see him in the show. We're going to do another giveaway probably around the holidays, Christmas holidays, Christmas, New Year's. We'll probably start in the middle of December and then do it after New Year's Eve and do another drawing because it was fun. It was really a lot of fun. So remember to share this with your friends because we need more viewers. For some odd reason, our viewers are low. I've got a couple hundred subscribers, but the shows are only getting, a dozen viewers at a time. Some of them got over 100, which is nice, but we need more consistency. I was told I should do podcasts because our show, What Happened in the World Today, is on podcast. We're getting hundreds of listens on the podcast, which is pretty awesome. But considering that cooking is one of those things that is much, much better to watch versus just listen to. All right, see, that dissolved a lot better, and I don't want to waste the bouillon in this jar. So since I've got the hot here, I'm going to shake it up. I keep calling it bouillon. This is beef base. It's not bouillon. It's better than bouillon. It is beef base. Oh yeah, see, much better. They cleaned out the jar really nice. Okay, now we pour this in the pan, in with the juices that are already in here. You want about 3/4 of an inch. Oop, I guess there was still a lot of undissolved here. So I'm just going to run this to get it a little hotter. Fortunately, the air conditioner is no longer running, so it gets hot fast. There we go. It looks like I could have used 4 cups. In your pan, your smaller pan, 2 cups is sufficient, but I'm going to need 4 cups because of how big my pan is. Stir this up a little bit better. Make sure I don't have any clumps this time. There, that looks more better. Oh, still a few clumps in here. Okay, I'm going to pour it right on the clumps that came out. Yep, that's better. That's a good amount. Now the other thing you need to do is you need to seal the pan. So I should have gotten the aluminum foil out first, but it's right here, so it's not like I had to go far. You want a good tight seal on this. So because I have a big pan, I found big aluminum foil. Okay. You really want a good tight seal, so make sure you got enough foil to wrap it well, and then tuck it. And then you put it back in the oven. We got it down to 300 degrees. Okay, at this point, we're going to cook it for approximately 3 hours or until fork tender. 3 hours is usually pretty much right on the money, although since this is a 6-pound versus a 4-pound, I started it a little early just to play it safe. So I'm going to set the timer for 3 hours. We'll come back, pull it out, and check it, see how everything is. So I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay, folks, it's been 3 hours. Let's pull this out of the oven and see how it looks. Oops, wrong hand. I wish I had 2 matching gloves. It'd be a lot easier, but this works. All right, let's see what we got in here. Oop, that's warm. Now we're going to peel off the aluminum foil gently in case we have to go a little longer. Although I'm thinking we should be okay. But let's double check it. Ooh, steamy. Oh my, that looks really good. All right, the key word to this particular type of food, a brisket, they call it fork tender. Oh, look at that. Can you get any softer than this? This is done. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it covered. Like all roasts, when you're done cooking them, let them sit for about 10 minutes before you serve them. So I'm going to let this sit here. So that's all there is to an oven roasted beef brisket. As you can see, it's just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm looking forward to eating this. It's going to be very, very soft and tender. You're going to slice it thinly across the grain. If you slice with the grain, you're just going to get the strips. So that's how you want to do this. So your total time is roughly 4 hours and 10 minutes to cook. You've got 10 minutes worth of prep time, an hour the first time in the oven at high temperature, uncovered. Then you cover it, put your beef base down to the bottom, and bake it for 3 hours at this lower temperature, and you have a delicious beef brisket. So hopefully you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Sharing is very, very important. And I look forward to doing more of these shows. So thank you for coming to Fun Guy's Kitchen, and I'm Fun Guy the Entertainer, cooking for you.